I'm a special cook on Collard Valley Cooks, and we're going to make some crispy chicken wings. Hey guys, Chris with Nichols Retirement Empire, and today I am your special chef. Am I a chef? No. This is my area of expertise, is chicken. Anything with frying, or even it's like fried chicken. So I'm going to show you how to make them. Now these will be the kind of wings that are crispy at the end that you put directly in the sauce and eat. Okay, you don't cook them with the sauce on them. So I've got about 8 wings here. I'm going to cook these in the air fryer. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little oil on them, okay? Now you can spray oil on them if you want to, but that's just olive oil, okay? Let's see, I'm going to use my left hand here, and I'm going to make sure that all these wings have oil on them. Okay, so I put a little layer of oil on all of them, and then I season them with my seasoning. Now you can just use salt and pepper if you want, whatever kind of seasoning you want to use, but I'm just going to make sure that I get some of this. Now I like about this amount. Tammy does not like them with as much seasoning on them as I put on them, and this seasoning is has a little bit of bite, but it's not too hot. Matter of fact, it's not really hot at all to me. Okay, so I'm going to put this on all of these. And what I will do is I will take all the drumettes and I'll cook them the way that I cook them. And I'll take all the little wing, what do you call those? The wingettes, I guess? I don't know what you call those. I'll take the other parts and I'll cook them the way Tammy cooks them. Okay? Now I have to take an egg, which won't hurt to touch it with my chicken hands because I got to wash them anyway. And then I'll come back and I'll put some milk in there and stir that up. So I've got 1 egg in here, which is really more than I need, but you know, can't have half an egg. So I'm gonna mix these up. Okay, that should be good. Set that over here with my chicken. All right, now let's do the first ones like I do it, okay? So I take the oil, the seasoning, then I come over here and I do a little egg wash. And remember, these are going to be in the air fryer. And then I do a light dredge with self-rising flour. Now you can cook these in the deep fryer if you want to, or you cook them in the oven if you want to. We like to use our air fryer. It works really good for this. I'll make sure I don't have too much of that egg on there. And we do leave our skin on for our chicken wings. Usually when we actually fry chicken, big pieces bone-in chicken, we take the skin off, and it works out really well with this egg wash that we like to use. But when we do our chicken wings, we like to leave that skin on there. Okay. So all of these will be the way that I make them. All right, now the way Tammy makes them, take that out of the equation. You just take the oil and the spices. See a little naked spot right there. Okay. Anyway, you just take the oil and the spices, light dredge. So you're saving time, you're saving a step, and you're saving some dishes that you have to clean up. So light dredge. That's a weird looking one. It looks like a drumette, but it's a no, you know what? It is a drumette. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Okay, light dredge. Now, there's hers, there's mine. All right, I'm going to preheat my air fryer. Our air fryer is a Cosori. It has a preheat set, so I do preheat and play, or start, not play, and it's going to run for 5 minutes and get preheated. If yours does not have a preheat set, you can just turn it on 350 or 400 or whatever and run it for 5 minutes, and then that's your preheat. You don't have to do that, but we think that makes a little bit of a difference in our chicken. All right, now that 5 minutes does a couple of things for you besides heat up your microwave, or besides heat up your air fryer, okay? It allows you to take some time to be able to clean up your mess. I've already been able to put up all my dishes and everything, okay? And we still got 2 minutes left on the timer. Allows me to wipe everything down and clean everything because you're dealing with chicken. The other thing it does is it allows your chicken to sit there and get ready. Anytime you put chicken in an air fryer or a fryer and you put flour on it, you really want to give it about 10 minutes. Now we're only going to give it 5, but you want to give it 10 minutes, and by the time you put it in the air fryer or the fryer, it should look wet, okay? And you can see this chicken is starting to look wet. We still got a couple more minutes, but that helps make that crust a little bit crunchier when you do it that way. All right, our timer went off, so it's preheated. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to put, you can hear it sizzle a little bit when you put it in there. So I'm going to put the drumettes over here on this side, and I'm going to take the ones we did Tammy's way, put them over here on this side. Okay, and then about halfway through this process, I'm going to flip these over. But our Cosori has a preset for chicken. Has a little chicken leg there. So the preset for chicken is at 380 for 25 minutes. Well, I want to do 35 minutes. So I'm going to hit my time, and we are turning it on. Okay. So halfway through this process, I'll turn them over. Now, if I see when I turn them over that there is flour on it, like it looks like the flour is staying white on the outside of it, sometimes that happens. I'll take a little spray oil, and I'll, like canola oil, you know, and I'll spray that on there, and then that'll make sure that none of it's white. Okay, so that's a little tip for you. We're halfway through the cooking process here. So, see what I was talking about with that flour? If you see that, and you can just take, you know, some pan release or something like that, spray it on there, and that'll make sure you don't see that. Okay, so we're going to flip these over, and you can see they're looking good already. I mean, this makes some pretty chicken wings, some very crispy chicken wings. They're just delicious. Let's see. Make sure I get this actually turned over. And I did take this and wash this with soap, because this is the same tongs that I turned them over with, that I put them in there with. So remember, if you're handling chicken, make sure you wash these with soap before you use them again. Alright, so I'm going to put them back in there and let them finish up. I got 16 more minutes. Alright guys, it's been 35 minutes, and these are crispy done now. These are the ones that Tammy, the way that she does them. So here's our plate of chicken wings. Now, this is why we like to use the air fryer, okay? You can see the amount of grease that came out of that chicken. All right. I do not have a lot of grease to clean up. I can put this straight in the sink, get some hot water on it, clean it up, and this cleans up really easy. So that's why I like to use that air fryer. I don't have a bunch of grease to dispose of now. All right. So let's look at these wings. Now I've let these rest a little bit. Now these are the ones that we make like Tammy likes them. These are super crunchy and they have all this crust on them, just like a piece of fried chicken, okay? All right, I'm gonna take a bite of that one. You're gonna hear it crunch. And that is juicy and crunchy. So when I cook these wings like this, I just leave them like this. I dip them in my sauce, I put them in my ranch, and I eat them that way because I like them to be crunchy. Here's the one that I did with the egg wash, okay? So let's take a bite of it. It is actually a little, the skin is a little less crunchy, but all these little things on the side are more crunchy. They're super crunchy. It's a little more tender on the inside of the wing, but it's still just as juicy. Okay, so both of these are crunchy and crispy. Personally, I think that these have a little more flavor that have the egg wash, but these are more crispy and crunchy without the egg wash. So both of these are, this is a great way to make chicken wings. You just wait to the very end to dip them in your sauce, and you're gonna have a nice, crispy, delicious chicken wing without a real big mess to clean up and without all that oil to get rid of. We love cooking them in the air fryer. Taking Tammy's spot in Colorado Valley Cooks, where even I can cook like Mama did. So if I can do it, you guys can too. I'm going to use my special seasoning that we use for our fried chicken today. So I'm going to show you how to mix that up. We have this in our volume 2 cookbook. I believe it's the volume 2, CVC volume 2. So I'm going to show you what all I put in it, and I'm going to use a teaspoon, and that should be enough to fill up my my shaker that I put it in. Okay, so it's the way I remember it is it's 2 to 1. All right, 2 salt, 2 paprika, okay, so that's 2 paprika, 2 salt, okay, 2 paprika, 2 salt. No matter what you're using, if you're using a tablespoon, a teaspoon, a cup, however much you're making, it's 2 to 1, okay? So 2 paprika, 2 salt, 1 black pepper, 1 white pepper, and if you don't have any white pepper, you can use the black pepper, but they do taste different. So I would recommend getting some white pepper, okay? So 1 white pepper, 1 cayenne. Okay, so 2 to 1. I know that's probably not how you're supposed to do it, but I promise I'm gonna get it mixed up good. Okay. Okay, and that's enough. Makes that amount in your shaker. So that'll be plenty for several batches of chicken before I remix it. So if you used a tablespoon, it would probably fill it.